morning to all of you, and thanks for introducing me. I'm really privileged to be sharing the podium with dignitaries like Mr. Saraswat, Mr. Singh, uh, Mr. Meena, um, uh, and my dear friend Neha, and others. Well, and I'll also say very hearty welcome to all those who believe in sustainability. See, sustainability to me is something without which we can't survive. It is not that we are trying to do something saying that we are doing it for the planet. I think we are doing it for ourselves, because otherwise we are not going to survive. Look at the temperatures in Delhi. That's already showing us that what we talked a decade ago about sustainability or climate change, the actual climate change or the impact of climate change is worse than what we even expected. And this temperature in Delhi and many other states of the country is a warning bell that if we won't take the action, you won't be able to survive. Look at the stress level. I think half of us, we are losing temper at the other person without any reason because we are feeling so uncomfortable. Look at the animals. They are really, in a way, struggling how to survive. So therefore, if we talk of sustainability, it is not a fashionable world. If we are talking of going net zero, it's again need of the hour. If we go back, whom do we start blaming? And most of the time we say that it is industrialization which has led to climate change. It is the use of fossil fuels which has resulted in where we are today. But all said and done, even if we say, will we stop using fossil fuels tomorrow? The answer is no. Do we want to get into better energy usage? Answer is yes. Do we want net zero? Surely. Now, what are the gaps, existing gaps today? Because there is a will, we all want to be net zero, we all want to have a cleaner air to breathe, better temperatures, not so much of calamities such as floods, cloud burst, and so on. And one thing which, in a way, I just started noticing recently is that while we are talking about what is happening in the atmosphere, where we are breathing, we are also, when you are traveling, and you'll notice that now all the time it's turbulent weather, and the time that you have to put seat belts is far greater than what was happening a decade ago. So that is also happening because of the changing climate. So it is not just what you're observing on day to day, it is beyond it. And that is what is causing, say, phenomena like cloud burst and so on. Now coming to energy transition. And that is something which is extremely important. And as I said, everyone wants to move towards cleaner kind of energy. Let's also realize, we always say in per capita consumption of energy in India is lowest. And that is because of two reasons. One is energy excess and the other is affordability. And as we are moving, and proudly, as our economic status will improve, our energy usage is also going to go up, which is a challenge, which is also an opportunity. Because unlike many other countries where you have to make the shift, even in the infrastructure, we have still to build the infrastructure, and therefore we have an opportunity to go for cleaner options. Where are the gaps? Now, first of all, as a country, we only had coal and no other fossil fuel, or very small quantities. And therefore, whatever coal we have, perhaps we should use it till we have alternatives. But at the same time, we should be very sensitive towards how do we use it. Energy efficiency becomes extremely important, and what are we going to do with the emissions? And carbon capture, therefore, is becoming a very important research field, and we must find solutions to capturing whatever is released by the usage of fossil fuel. The other is, when we talk of energy transition, It is a process which is not going to be completed overnight. It's going to take us many years, maybe next 30, 40, 50 years, that we will transit from one form of the energy to other. Now, coming to where the gaps are. Now, gaps are at various places. First of all, it is not that you buy the technology and implement it. Because technologies developed overseas, they are usually for very large technologies, they ask for large capex, and unfortunately, finances that are available to countries like ours, the interest rates are very high. For example, for EU, something is available at 2% interest, while for us it is 8 to 10% interest. So setting up of the infrastructure becomes expensive. Second is that India is a country, we are of small and medium enterprises, and therefore the needs of those are very different from large enterprises. Therefore, what we need to do is our technology needs are very different from what is available off the shelf, which is also controlled by, you have to pay a lot of license fee. So we also have to develop our own technologies to meet our requirements. And I'm very happy to say in that direction, TERI is establishing an institute on energy transition, where we'll be looking at various technologies. We'll be working, and shortly we'll be announcing this and writing to most of you to become partners, because many industries require same solution. So rather than their setting R&D, if 10 industries come forward, the cost of developing technology for them becomes 1/10 of it. Another important area is that, yes, even if you have the technology, will you be able to adopt that technology responsibly? And again, for that, you need skilled manpower. And it's not just skilling at lower level, it is also you need to have graduates, undergraduates, and training at all stages. So human resource development becomes extremely important. So the important components, as I said, one is availability of the technology. That calls for not reinventing the wheel, but co-development of technology, and therefore partnerships within the country and overseas becomes very crucial. Second is the carbon finance, and so that there is some finance available at affordable rate, and one should be able to adopt the technologies, because there is no one who will say, I don't want to go clean. But then we have to make their business profitable. Third is awareness amongst masses, that if you are having two companies, one producing green steel and the other one producing usual steel, there should be some parameter available to you that you should be able to assess how responsible that company is. And ESG is one such initiative by the government, that they are looking at the responsibility of the companies. Fourth is ensuring that finance is available to them at affordable price. And maybe one is also looking for not subsidies, but something that you pay as you earn. So as you are able to utilize that technology, whether it's solar, wind, then you are able to do it. The fourth is that you need trained manpower, and trained manpower in various disciplines at different levels. So that's another role. And last but not the least, it is not responsibility of industries alone. It is the user groups as well. Like if you talk of shipping industry, then you are also looking at how the ships are produced. Have they used green steel? What other alternatives they could have used? What kind of fuel are they using, and so on. And today's science is multidisciplinary, because somewhere you have to even look into nanoparticles. Can they increase the efficiency of fuel that you are burning? What role biofuels can play? What roles renewables can play, and so on. I'll like to end by saying we have solutions already. There is need to scale them up, and we also need to find more solutions, and those solutions can only be found together by research, taking that research to pilot scale, proof of concept. That stage you don't worry about what the financial implications are. because first we have to see that technology works. And if we work together, it is the economy of scale, and that is how we will be able to commercialize whatever is at the lab stage today. So thank you very much and best of luck.